This is Sarah Fernando. We're gonna do the intro for the Queer Trans stage happening at Silicon Valley Pride 2020, Saturday, August 29th. Happy Silicon Pride 2020, y'all. I am super excited to kick off this year's Silicon Valley Pride 2020. If you don't know me by now, my name is Sarah Fernando. I go by she, her pronouns, and I am a proud queer transgender woman. And welcome to the Queer Trans Rally. If you folks have not known, we've been around for around 3 years with the Queer Trans Rally. The Queer Trans Rally first started off to bring queer and trans folks of all gender identities and diversities onto the Silicon Valley Pride stage. This is the third year that we're doing it, and I'm super delighted to bring you the amazing group of talent that we have this evening. And it's going to be so much different just because of the fact that we are shelter in place. So not only can we just give you live performances, right, but we're also going to give you a full range of emotion. We want to make sure that not only do we amplify the trans talent that we have here locally as well as nationally, but also consider a lot of the emotions that people are feeling right now. So I hope we do you justice by bringing you the talent here this evening. But before we get to that, I want to talk a little bit about Silicon Valley Pride's theme this year, which is Equality Rising. Equality Rising, Silicon Valley Pride 2020. We stand in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. Locally, we were able to do several Black Trans Lives Matters rally to amplify the voice of the 26 plus trans voices, trans people, majority being Black and brown trans women that were victimized and brutalized this year alone. This year alone, we are accelerating at a rapid pace. Probably surpassing already the amount of trans folks that lost their lives due to anti-trans brutality and violence. This has to stop. And what we at Silicon Valley Pride want to do is to ensure that we not only uplift those voices, but we continue to fight in solidarity for all marginalized communities. Silicon Valley Pride stands in solidarity with Black Lives Matter, Black Trans Lives Matter, and all queer lives. Now, let's get to the show. The Queer Trans Rally this evening is going to feature an array of guests, something that is so unique to our stage because only this year can we bring this, because not only do we have music performances, but we also have performance art, we have spoken word, we have book readings, we have it's just an amazing array. First off, we have a showcase from Fresh Meat with artists like Jihada and Angelica, Jay Mace III, and Shauna Viagro. We also have Alex Spielman, local artist, doing rock within his own garage. I love local talent. We also have Tris. We also have Lexi Bean, author of Ship We Built. We also have Shim, amazing national artists now because they're actually operating out of New Jersey. And we have returning artist Ryan Casada. And not only do we have Ryan Casada as our headliner, but we also have a special guest for the fans of Steven Universe. We have Ivy and Surashu performing this evening just for you. So I am delighted to bring to this stage and to bring you folks the Queer Trans Rally. I hope you folks enjoy. Happy Pride 2020, and we'll see you in a little bit.
single one out of place till the gun fires and blood pours out of the wound. How beautiful those stars and stripes, flying above the black and brown bodies, the children in cages. Those stars and stripes, circling the necks of the natives, a new stain in patriotism, the tanks rolling over stolen land, filling any dissenters with lead. They call it freedom, we call it death. You find peace in between the nameless gravestones. If even history denies it, did it ever really happen? Klansman is the cop, the president is the killer, the blood drips off their hands, the stacks of dollar bills stain. They call this justice, we call it murder. They call this America the Beautiful. We know better.
When I was younger, I was promised a land of opportunity, a country where everyone is equal. America, land of the free. But where is the freedom in putting children in cages? Where is the freedom in getting murdered by the cops? America, the nation of the brave and of the free. They sold me on something that I never ever got. And when I close my eyes, I see a world where people can be truly free, where everyone has dignity, where the color of a person's skin no longer dictates life for them, where the promise of liberty is kept. I know it's a long shot, but maybe we could live in harmony. But when I open my eyes, I see murder, I see blood, I see violence, I see guns, I see corruption, I see bigotry, I see rapists walk free. I see greed, I see lies, I see corporations profit from demise. I see billionaires laughing while a mother cries, because she can't afford to feed her family tonight. That isn't right. I see nuclear weapons, I see the KKK, see priests molesting kids, see the NRA, I see racism, homeless youth, I see conversion therapy, child abuse, I see cops killing kids, decompressing masses, the rich getting richer while they sit on their asses, people unmasked in a mass pandemic, debating over facts, fighting for eugenics. I see nationalism blindly given to a country that separates mothers from their children, racism, starvation, Nazi rallies, a brainwashed nation. A brainwashed nation. A brainwashed nation. A brainwashed nation. A brainwashed nation.
Hey y'all. So my name is J Mace III. I use he, him as pronouns, and I'm the author of a book called White Folks Be Trippin', an ethnography through poetry and prose. And today, at this very lovely Pride celebration, I'm going to be spitting a poem for you from this book. Aren't you excited? Yes, I'm excited too. Yeah, and so right now, it is obviously a pandemic. It is a black uprising happening right now. It is all the different types of things, right? It's all the different types of things that are happening globally in our backyards and all the different spaces that we inhabit. And so even though this is a pre-recorded performance, I want you to comment. Let me know how you feel about the performance while it's happening. If you hear something that you like or you see a word that you like across the screen, snap. You can type snap into the comments. You can snap a yes. You can type out a stomp. Whatever it is that you need to do to connect with what words are being said from my mouth into your ears, into your screens, into your visual spaces, okay? And so this poem I'm going to be spitting for y'all today is called #AllyFail. And, I'm a person, and I'll actually do a quick exercise with you, right? So on the count of 3, I'm going to ask y'all, what's your favorite feeling to feel, right? So when I'm saying your favorite feeling to feel, some of you, maybe it's joy. Some of y'all might be like, for some reason, maybe it's grief. Maybe for some of y'all it's lust because you're into that, yeah. But on 3, I want you to either say it out loud, type it, whatever it is. But on 3, your favorite feeling to feel. Let me know. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. So my favorite feeling to feel is anger. It helps me get a lot of shit done. And it makes me write poems. And you like poems. That's why you're here. Yeah. And so this poem was inspired by a white boy that made me angry one day. And he asked me how to twerk. And instead of twerking, I wrote him this poem. And like I said, it's called #AllyFail from the book White Folks Be Trippin'. And you can check this out on my website, okay? You are the kind of ally that would rather ask me how to twerk than how to pronounce my name. You are the kind of ally that doesn't know what cisgender means but loves staring at my chest before you address me. You are the kind of ally that makes me wonder who my enemies are and trips over words like transphobia and white supremacy. You are the kind of ally that will practice your sassy black woman voice in the mirror, but cross the street when actual black folks pass by you on street corners. You are the kind of ally that just showed up to help gay people have fancier weddings. You are the kind of ally that wants to take pictures together just for advertising purposes. You are the ally reading white fragility, because reading white women talking about race are the only people and experts on race that you're willing to recognize. You are the ally that calls my family's neighborhood up and coming, but would never want to bring up the word gentrification. You are ally on white horse, seemingly scooping down to rescue me from my own depravities. You are the kind of ally that shops only at Whole Foods. You are the ally that doesn't realize being gay doesn't stop you from having white privilege. You are the ally that tells old black men how adorable they are when they're cleaning your floors. You are the ally that sends me links to social justice articles you've only read the titles to. You are the ally that will think, well, gosh, this couldn't possibly be a poem about me. You are ally waving righteous sword that loves to hear me tell a sad story over and over again because vicariously living my pain gives you some street cred. You are the kind of ally that thinks intersectionality uses too many damn syllables. You are the ally that loves commenting on the texture of my hair. You are the ally that thinks wanting to fuck me is somehow the same as fighting for me. You are the ally that celebrates don't ask, don't tell, because kids that look like you will never be forced to go across seas to bomb kids that look like them so they can have some of your fucked up fictitious freedoms. You are the ally that thinks being accepted is the same as being understood. You are the ally that laughs way too hard at my jokes. You are the kind of ally that doesn't understand the problem with words like minorities. You are the kind of ally that believes being on food stamps for your adult AmeriCorps position is the same as a 10-year-old brain eating itself for nourishment. You are the kind of ally that thinks I talk too loudly when I'm angry. You are the ally that thinks rape is funny because it hasn't happened to you. You are the ally that thinks saying you are colorblind is somehow a compliment. You are the ally that thinks believing in systemic oppression is an option. You are the ally that will fuck up my pronouns but think it's okay because we're like friends, right? You are the kind of ally that will need to appropriate some yoga after this poem. But you be that kind of ally that would only remember that last line about yoga in this poem. You are the ally that never has to progress because you've already proclaimed yourself to be my ally. Thanks, y'all.
Hi, my name is Lexi Bean. I like to make things. I use the pronouns they or he. And I am going to be reading to you today. It's a piece that I wrote for Teen Vogue. It was the first piece I ever wrote for them. And it's essentially the origin story of how I started asking people to write letters to their body parts. I've made a few anthologies that hold pieces by many people. The last one I did was called Written on the Body with Jessica Kingsley Publishers. And it's centering trans and non-binary survivors of domestic violence and sexual abuse, all writing letters to their body parts. And if that resonates with you in any way, or brings up sparks of feeling, I encourage you, as you continue listening to this and engaging with this video, to take care of yourself in any way you need to. Maybe take a pause or a stretch. Maybe get a good snack afterwards or call a friend. And I don't want to give too much away before I officially start reading. So I think that's all you need to know. Thank you for being here, and I hope you can find ways to thank yourself for being here too. I sent myself the only Valentine that made me cry. Days alone in a hospital bed tucked between dim lights and a thick language barrier. I could no longer deny how far I had tried to run from my own body. I originally admitted myself, seeking a diagnosis to understand the hurt I had collected over the years. I was seeking a cure to overcome a feeling, as I had made the assumption that healing meant that every day got better, and it just wasn't working for me. For years, I went in and out of the hospital without a diagnosis. I was simply afraid of my body, heavy with the question, will anyone believe me? I closed the notebook onto my lap, IV dripping into my tired veins. It is from there I started writing letters to my body parts. I had to make it better by carving out space for myself instead of carving into my own skin. I am trans. From a young age, I was sexually and emotionally abused. I rarely place these sentences next to each other because I don't want anyone to confuse my trauma with my liberation. Forced into someone else's destination. Nothing about rape taught me to be honest with myself. I grew from a place where telling my body's truth would uproot everything. Language was used to manipulate my boundaries. Silence was better. The hurt said it was best to become a see-through version of myself, so I don't have to keep falling into the trauma of fallen toys. Yet, I am often asked when coming out as LGBTQ, do you feel this way because someone did that to you? Because you still have healing to do? Who I am has no root. Feeling seen is nothing to recover from. I thought for too long that if identities and dreams were compartmentalized, I would be safer. I would be more valuable if I were easier to understand, stumbling over my pronouns, sending me back home. People didn't always know what to do with me. I could be a sweet girl. I could have a safe suburban family. Ignoring everything that didn't fit into their fantasy, I tried to beat them to the punch by prematurely erasing myself through dissociation, self-diagnosing with anything that fits into one word, and attempting suicide. There's a subtle yet persistent feeling of being out of place that just cuts and cuts and cuts. I didn't understand until I moved out of my Michigan hometown why almost all of my gay straight alliance friends covered their arms with wristbands and glares. The last year I went to the hospital. I wrote 3 letters to my body parts. 1 to my leg hair. 1 to the space between my hips. And another to the baby teeth that now live in my mother's nightstand. I only wrote to the pieces of myself that I tried to detach while seeking safety. I was learning to stay one piece at a time. I was learning how to find a safe space to meet myself with honesty. I had not yet come out as trans. I said to my leg hair, I sometimes pretend you are fields of restless wheat that outline my home. I held my knees as I recalled the space between my hips. I feel responsible. You lost a body that you can never grow back. You are now unsealed and bore with holes for nightmares to sink into your folds. There is only evidence that someone else was here pushing. I catch my breath. I told my estranged baby teeth, looking into her nightstand, there is evidence of bodies that were never whole. Children who had never known what it meant to have these baby teeth. Each and all teeth shed served as evidence of he who abused his duties as the tooth fairy. None of my early letters ended with the word love. Sometimes they still don't. That's okay. Like healing, relationships are never linear. I wanted every part of me to survive, whether or not they were perfect. As in any connection, there are days it seemed as if the tenderness will last forever. Some days, are more like playing hard to get, or it's a fight. Sometimes I can't look at the other without seeing the men who hurt me and kicked me out of my own house. Sometimes peace looks more like conflict. Sometimes positivity looks more like moving and feeling in every direction. Sometimes love looks more like letting the seemingly unlovable parts of me survive. Love is trusting that I will never be just one thing. This Valentine's Day, I'm going to return to all the parts of myself I tried to cut off for the convenience of others. I'm going to write to my body parts, difficult to hold, as I seek wholeness and a shape that no one has seen before. Hello again. I just wanted to share that it just started raining outside, and it's very beautiful in Ohio right now. Have a good day.
Hi everybody, my name is Shauna Virago. Thank you very much for inviting me out today, I appreciate it very much. This song is called Last Night's Sugar. Some people have no surprises in them. You can set your clock by their routines. I'm watching my baby lose. Paycheck erase my machine. Give me the taste of last night's sugar. Give me
everybody. I hope you're having a great time and enjoying watching Silicon Valley Pride. I'm here to play some music for you. My name is Tris. I make music using, just a sec. Old school video games. It's a genre called chiptune, in case you're curious about more of it. But I also play guitar and I sing. It's kind of a unique experience, so I hope you enjoy. It's a well-known fact that it kills gals like me. So you and I should attack the bounds, kill the curiosity within me. I've been thinking about it quite some time. Never crossed my mind that you thought of it too. So you and I can't believe that I get to find out all about the days with you. Do you ever wonder about the days and space and sex? Let's not. What have we got to lose? How could I refuse? Just to find out all about the days with you. Not long ago you seemed so far, far away like a fading dream. But here you are now right beside me. Now here we stand, just you and I. And darling, I cannot deny, I wanna know exactly what your kiss tastes like. We got to lose. How could I refuse a chance to find out all about the days with you? The chance to find out all about the days with you. Whoa. That's the first song, One Down. That song is called Taste. I wrote it a long time ago, but I recently released it on my new EP, which you can totally check out on Bandcamp. I'm there, Tristunes, TRISSTUNES.bandcamp.com, and you can buy it for $5. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. Got a couple more for you, but this one I think will resonate with a lot of my trans folks out there. It is one of my songs about the trans experience. And how it can be scary, so you gotta be scary back sometimes. But if the situation's desperate, get mighty hectic to go. I will both approach and mess with your emotions. Seriously devilish brew. I tried understanding, but you just keep demanding that it's always blind clothing hot. Spreading all these rumors that I my own precepts. How am I supposed to react? There ain't nothing to fear, but if you're looking for a real pretty young girl, there ain't nothing to fear, but if you want me to, I'll give you something to be afraid of. Yeah. But I'm howling at the moon because it's taking some danger to go. I can make a switch from sweet disposition to a terrifying vision, it's true. And you call me a freak, monster or beast, like you're waiting for me to attack. You're all black but your words bite, so tonight I think it's time for me to bite back. There ain't nothing to fear if you're looking for a thrill, baby, I'm your girl. There ain't nothing to fear if you want me to give you something to be afraid of. I see your eyes follow me as I walk the street. My body tenses up from my head to feet. Tell me, is this how a monster's supposed to feel? Your fears are all made up, but my danger's real. There ain't nothing to fear if you're looking for a real pretty and young girl. There ain't nothing to fear, but if you want me to, I'll give you something to be afraid of. There ain't nothing to fear if you're looking for a real pretty and young girl. There ain't nothing to fear, but if you want me to, I'll give you something to be afraid of. Oh, yeah. Two more for you. What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets? What is a woman? Tell me, cause I need to know. My body came without instructions. Know what I want, but now which way to go? Is it the hair, the nails, is it the soft skin? Is it the burden eyes on you? Is it sugar, is it spices, imperfection? If that's the case, then maybe I'm not true. Self-made woman, I don't need permission from you. I'm a self-made woman. Can't tell me what to be, can't tell me what to do. No one was there to show me all the secrets. I had to figure this out on my own. My reflections under construction, but I worked too hard to ever let this go. It's not the hair, it's not the nails, it's not the soft skin, it's not the burden of eyes on you. It's in your heart, it's in your soul, you are perfection. So work it, baby, and live your truth. Yeah, I'm a soul-made woman. I don't need permission from you. Yeah, I'm a self-made woman. Can't tell me what to be, can't tell me what to do. Yeah, I'm a self-made woman. I don't need permission from you. Yeah, I'm a self-made woman. Can't tell me what to be, can't tell me what to do. Thanks, y'all. I hope you're having a great time watching all of the wonderful performers here on the digital Silicon Valley Pride. I really wish that we could have been here in person and, exchanged energies and stuff. But I'm so grateful to be here. Thanks so much to Silicon Valley Pride for having me. Again, my name is Tris. I just recently put out an EP. It's on Bandcamp, tristunes.bandcamp.com. If you want to support your local trans musician. I have one more for you all, and then I will bid you a good day, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Yo sé que tienes un nuevo amor, sin embargo te deseo lo mejor. Si en mí no encontraste felicidad, tal vez alguien más te la dará. Como la flor, con tanto amor, me diste tú. Se marchitó, se marchó. Yo sé perder, pero ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele. Si vieras cómo duele perder tu amor, con tu adiós te llevas mi corazón. No sé si pueda volver a amar, porque te di todo el amor que pude dar. Como la flor, con tanto amor, me diste tú. Se marchitó, me marchó. Yo sé perder, pero ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele. Como la flor, con tanto amor, me diste tú. Se marchitó, me marchó. Yo sé perder, pero ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele. Thank you so much, Silicon Valley Pride. Good night. I am Tris.
No, I'm recording. It's recording right now. You want me to include this part? I'll include this part.
No.
Okay. Love you, Mommy.
Love you too.
Grace, you gotta stop pitter-pattering. Grace! This is not an ideal recording environment. Last summer. Mom! You have to turn it off.
Oh,
Thank you.
sorry.
Remember that time where your phone went off in the middle of my presentation at a computer science conference?
I'll record your speech.
Right now, I'm recording my speech right now.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you. Grace, no! Grace, sit. She's just so spoiled. She's... Hello! This is Hopper, and my name is Shim Garanganao Almeida, and I'm a computer scientist from New Jersey. Don't look at me, Mommy! This fall, I'll be pursuing my PhD in computer science at UC Berkeley, but right now I'm still here in my family home in New Jersey. Anyway, today I'm going to be reading you a story, and then I'll insert the part where I read this story.
What is an NB? Are they boy or girl? Nope, is the answer. I see you're confused. They're neither, you see, or both in a way, 'cause when you're NB, you don't have to choose. Sometimes an NB wears ribbons and skirts, and sometimes an NB wears big, heavy shoes. NBs have hair, NBs have flair, 'cause when you're an NB, you don't have to choose. Some NBs want change, and some need help changing. In a mind-body war, ever seeking a truce. Some NBs decide that their body's just fine. You're still an NB whatever you choose. Are you boy? Are you girl? Are you both? Are you neither? Have you found all of the clues? You might not know now. You might not know ever. That's perfectly perfect. You don't have to choose. You're perfectly perfect, just being you. And this page is more of a little afterword to the person to whom this book is dedicated to. In addition to my LGBTQIA+ family, this book is for my past self. Thank you, past me, for never conceding, for facing the trials undaunted. I promise to be the person you're needing, the role model you dearly wanted.
Grace, come here. Thank you so much for listening to me read you a story. I hope to create more art like this in the future. There's a link on my website where you can see the story in full for free anytime you want. But you can also download a PDF copy for Pay What You Want on Gumroad, and there's a link to that on my website as well. I'll be putting all the donations I get for the digital version of the book towards self-publishing a physical copy that hopefully will be available soon, as soon as I figure out how to do that. So if any of you have any advice, let me know. A couple notes. I'd like to acknowledge that although NB is a term that I love and identify with, it was originally coined as an alternative to saying boy or girl. As a result, some people may find it doesn't really describe them and their non-binary identity. And just as some women are uncomfortable being called girls, many people may find it infantilizing if you use NB to describe them and they're not comfortable with it. Or they may have other reasons why they're uncomfortable with the term NB and feel it doesn't really mesh with their non-binary identity. I think the beauty of the non-binary community is that there's so much diversity in how we identify and how we describe ourselves. So be sure to check in with someone to make sure you're referring to them with the pronouns and the terms that they find describe them authentically, and don't ever use a term for someone that they don't feel comfortable with. In addition, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the people who educated me on this, that NB as an abbreviation is also used to abbreviate non-Black, such as in non-Black POC, especially in contexts where it might be easy to confuse the two. We don't want to detract from the conversations that are being held in our BIPOC community, so try to use alternatives to abbreviate non-binary, or just use the full term if you can. Additionally, I'd like to remind everyone something that we should never forget, which is that trans women of color are not only at the foundation and the birth of our community and our movement, but that they're the most vulnerable among us, and that we as a community need to stand to protect them, for they have been carrying the weight of our community and the weight of our struggle for far too long. and deserve all the support and the protection that we can give them. All lives don't matter until Black lives matter and trans lives matter. And all Black lives don't matter until all Black trans lives matter. Does that make sense? I said the words lives and matter a lot of times in that sentence. It's giving me pause. So please continue doing the amazing work that you're doing, protecting the trans lives, the Black trans lives, the LGBTQIA+ lives in your local community, because there are people right next door who need our help and our support and deserve to be seen and loved and supported as they are, authentically themselves. I would like to thank everyone who contributed to my education and helping me to understand myself and my identity and my community and the beauty of the diversity of our community. And I'd like to thank everybody who put in those efforts to be a good role model and a good ally to me. If you have more suggestions, perhaps for work I can do in the future or other forms of representation that you think you'd like to see in my work, please feel free to let me know. You can contact me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. When I'm not making comics about my identity as a trans, non-binary Filipino computer scientist, I make a lot of anime art. I love Dragon Ball Z. So thank you so much to Silicon Valley Pride for giving me this opportunity to speak to you all. It's really nice to be able to connect with my community when I've been a bit isolated at home for months now here in New Jersey. And so I think it's easy for all of us to feel a little bit disconnected, or like the terrible things that we know are happening in the world are closing in on us and making us feel alone in our struggles. So I want to thank the community for welcoming everyone through these events online, so that even in these really difficult, isolating times, we can remember that there's a community there to support us and people doing good work and restoring our faith in humanity and in one another. My sleeve keeps falling. I'm really excited to rejoin the California community when I move out there next week, actually. I was actually there for 2 months last year when I did my summer internship with Adobe Research, and I absolutely fell in love with the general Silicon Valley community, but especially the Silicon Valley Pride community, because I actually got to celebrate Pride for the first time last June 2019. And it was my first Pride parade. It was my first time being out publicly, and I had never before felt so welcomed for who I am and the freedom to be authentically me. So thank you all for the work that you do, creating that environment that changed my life and made me want to move out to California in the first place, motivating me to apply to mostly grad schools there. And now I'm really excited to start my PhD career at UC Berkeley studying computer science, and I hope to be a greater participant in the community going forward and to give back in the way that you gave to me and gave me such a welcoming, wonderful environment where I got to meet allies and role models for the very first time. I hope that in these difficult times where we're all here stuck at home in unideal recording situations with the pitter-patter of our dogs walking on the floor, I hope that you're all staying safe and staying healthy and staying true to yourselves, and that you will find yourself in a situation soon where you'll be surrounded by those who love and support you for who you are. That's what I think we all truly deserve, to be authentically ourselves and authentically loved and authentically seen. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I will wish you all a happy Pride and that you all stay safe and have a wonderful rest of your day. That's probably enough takes.
Yo, what's up everyone? This is Ryan Casada and I'm so excited to perform tonight for Silicon Valley Pride. Thank you so much for having me. This is my second time performing at SV Pride and I'm super stoked to be back, even virtually. It's still super awesome. And I want to wish everyone a very happy Pride. And I'm so glad that we're still able to celebrate virtually. Thank you all so much and have a wonderful, beautiful Pride. And stay safe, stay true, stay you. Pride, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for letting me perform. Thank you for watching. There's tons of great music and entertainment tonight, so stay tuned. I'm going to play an original song for you. I'm an out and proud transgender man. I've been out for over a decade and I wrote this song for my dad. And yeah, it's about my experience as a young trans person and my dad's experience with that. So I hope some of you can relate and if not, empathize and maybe learn something. All right, here we go. This one's called Daughter and you can find it on all streaming platforms. name is Ryan Casada, and that was Daughter. I have some more coming up for you. Mama, I must move from San Francisco. I wanna live in Hot Springs, Arkansas. There's a girl I've seen, and she wants to be with me. And they say that she might wear my ring. Well, I found nothing but trouble right here in the city by the bay. But if I move down south, I might just figure it out. And there's a gal down there that leaves my worry and doubt. But they ain't got no freedom movement, and I'm afraid I might end up in chains. I move if I blend in. Now that might be a sin. Sometimes I wish that I could just live. There's a nice 2-bedroom waiting for me. There's a simple life for me to lead. But if I don't go now, then I'll try to wait around. And I don't want to be a man who sits and waits around. But they ain't got no freedom movement. I'm afraid I might end up in chains. I move if I blend in. Now that might be a sin. Sometimes I wish that I could just live. When I opened up my wild eyes this morning, I seen that goddamn bill had passed the house. Well, I can't live anywhere else where I can't be myself. So that idea of country living's thrown right off the shelf. But they ain't got no freedom movement, and I'm afraid I might end up in chains. I move if I blend in. Now that might be a sin. Sometimes I wish that I could just live. Sometimes I wish that I could just live. Thank you so much. That's called Hot Springs, Arkansas. Hey everyone, happy Pride. For anyone that just tuned in, this is Ryan Casada, and I'm playing some original music for you. And this one is called Bedroom Eyes. Thank you for listening. I'm not ready to be somebody's baby, 'cause it's been a hard year. But after that, when it's all been said and done, I'm gonna run it Thank you. That one was called Bedroom Eyes. And this one is called Bamboo Plants, and it's from my new album, The Witches Made Me Do It. Messing with a guitar that won't stay in tune. I left my good one in my bedroom. I haven't been home in a while. Stopped showing up at my job. Had a talk with God saying that's not what my heart wants. Think you'll figure it out. Sure, I'll make it some other way. Make it some other way. Bears crawling up at my front door. All my bamboo plants are probably dead by now. Neighbors wondering where the hell I went and if my check for rent will ever be sent somehow. Figure it out. Think they'll figure it out. Oh, Judy's waiting on the porch to hear my sound. I remind her of her granddaughter she's lost to a different crowd. Said she stopped drinking tall cans overseas. Oh, Judy, don't you know that alcohol is a disease, and it still rattles me, still lives inside of me. I think she'll figure it out. She'll figure it out. I think she'll figure it out. Bears crawling up in my front door. All my bamboo plants are probably dead by now. Neighbors wondering where the hell I went and if my check for rent will ever be sent somehow. Figure it out. Think they'll figure it out. Panic revealed on your kitchen floor. You hold me close, say it makes you love me more, and then my wreckage won't make you run. Dogs are howling in the yard as I'm stargazing, laying on a plastic lawn. If you get closer, bet I'll make you run. Think you'll figure it out. Figure it out. Think you'll figure it out. Man's crawling up at my front door. All my bamboo plants are probably dead by now. Neighbors wondering where the hell I went and if my check for rent will ever be sent somehow. Figure it out. Think they'll figure it out. Sure, they'll make it some other way. They'll make it some other way. Think they'll figure it out. Like I figured it out. Been hanging with some witches. We got broken bones of steel. This one is called Jupiter. And I drank up all the punch, and I spit it all to hell. And my mind was playing tricks on me, and I tried to warn my friends that they would not come down. But my words, they swam into the sea. When I was just 15, we went to the moon, and the man there said closed, but do return soon. So we ran to Jupiter, we ran around its rings, and we crashed into its moons. But we learned all sorts of things, like our minds, our oceans, as pretty as you know it, and they're filled up with creatures that are all sort of glowing. In the minutes went by, we had to say goodbye, but Jupiter, it won't be long. And I drank up all the punch, and I spit it all to hell, and my mind was playing tricks on me. And I tried to warn my friends that they would not come down, but my words, they swam into the sea. You're swept up in the comets, we couldn't make it home. We were thrusted to Mars, the fires burned a hole in our brains, our ruins, the smoke filled our lungs, and we were sweating, almost sleeping. The pain has begun, and the fevers came on, like the sun came out, and it wanted my life. I was too afraid to fly, yes I knew it. It's not my time to die, so please release me. Let me fly out to the moon. And I drank up all the punch, then I spit it all to hell, and my mind was playing tricks on me. And I tried to warn my friends that they would not come down, but my words, they swam into the sea. Well, my friends are skipped town, but they keep reminding me that any life could switch in a moment to a memory. Well, I come so far from when I was knocked down. I'm climbing up now, 'cause my soul was meant to be free. Staring as you're talking while we're walking in the streets of San Francisco. Dreaming of the summer where I almost got to love you, but got so scared I fell. Singing loud to show tunes in my bedroom, singing so loud the walls shake. I got you under covers. Oh boy, what a lover. You make my body quake. crossing state lines with just the light from the moon, and I'm driving out west as far as I can test, babe. I'll make it to you someday. And you, ooh, you light up the room, and you, you light up the room, and you light up the room. You light up the room. Light me up, light me up, light me up, light me up. Light me up, light me up, light me up, light me up. Thank you all so much. That was Jupiter into Light Up. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Pride. Just because we can't go outside does not mean that we can't have pride. It's so important to still celebrate our queer identities, celebrate allies, celebrate the entire LGBTQ plus community. You all matter and you're all so strong. Keep getting through this together and keep having pride. Keep being yourself. Remember, stay true, stay you. My name is Ryan Casada. It's been such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for listening. You can find me on all streaming platforms under the name Ryan Casada. And yeah, a lot of new music's coming out and I'm excited for all of you to hear it. So check it out, ryancasada.com. Thank you all so much.
Hey Silicon Valley Pride, I'm Ivy.
And I'm Surashu.
We're the composers for a show called Steven Universe.
And I'm Addie, Ivy and Surashu's sister. We would like to wish you all a happy Pride, and we hope that everyone's been staying safe during this pandemic.
Surashu and I are so proud to have composed music for Steven Universe. Rebecca Sugar and the crew of the show fought hard to have LGBT plus characters in the show because we believe that love is for all ages. We're going to play a song for you today called Love Like You. It's about loving yourself, and we hope you enjoy it.
If I could begin to be half of what you think of me, I could do about anything. I could even learn how to love. When I see the way you act, wondering when I'm coming back, I could do about anything. I could even learn how to love like you. Love like you. Love like you. Begin to do something that does right by you, I would do about anything. I would even learn how to love. When I see the way you look, shaken by how long it took, I could do about anything. I could like you. I always thought I might be bad. Now I'm sure that it's true, 'cause I think you're so good, and I'm nothing like you. Look at you go, I just adore you. I wish that I knew what makes you think I'm so special. If I could begin to do something that does right by you, I would do about anything. I would even learn how to love. When I see the way you look, shaken by how long it took, I could do about anything. I could even learn how to love like you. Love like you. Love me like you.
Hold on. Wasn't that awesome? Oh my god. Like, folks, the lineup this year, incredible, spectacular. Let's give it up. Make sure, give them their snaps, give them their flags, and give them follows. So if you don't know these artists, make sure you follow them across social media. Go to siliconvalleypride.com to find out a little bit about their bios, or just visit our Facebook page. If you didn't get their bios already, thank you to all our performers this evening. Happy Pride 2020, and happy Pride from the queer trans stage. Up next, we have the Saturday Night Dance Party with DJ Axe. Stay tuned for that, because that's gonna be wild. Happy Pride, and join us tomorrow. All right, see ya. Bye.